Important meeting indeed. Mike will be watching it. Thanks so much. Here to discuss, foreign policy expert Harley Lippman. Good to see you. Thanks for being on this morning.
Good to see you.
I understand you just recently, we'll get to the 21-point peace plan and your thoughts on that in just a moment, as well as the machinations and back and forth between Russia and Ukraine. But first, apparently you just met with the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. What did you learn in your meeting?
Well, I see a person who's a strong leader who understands that to obtain peace, America needs to be strong. He is looking to bring back the warrior ethos, which sadly has been largely forgotten by previous administrations. And we understand that there's going to be a meeting of top leadership, which is excellent leadership. What do you think Fortune 500 companies do? They have retreats, strategic meetings. They bring all their top people. In terms of risk, you have second and third people in command that are very capable. So I think this is a great opportunity for Pete Hegseth to share his vision of a stronger America that's going to protect the United States. And this speaks to his ability to think out of the box, be creative, and show innovation. I think that's exactly what you want to see with the Secretary of War.
There has been a lot of questions about why now. Is there a timing thing? Were you able to glean any information about why he brings the world's U.S. generals all together right now?
Well, I don't know why it is happening right now, but this is going to strengthen our military. And I think this is what we need to do. We're in a very dangerous, complicated world with a lot of moving parts, as we see between China, Russia, Ukraine, the Middle East, and other threats and terrorism. And there's all kinds of new weapons that are being developed that could cause a lot of damage to the United States and friends, drones in particular. And I think this is an opportunity to address that, doing it all together up front as a team to build our military to be stronger, to be able to meet our enemy's challenges. And again, I think it's a great idea.
We expect that meeting to take place sometime this week, so we'll be watching that for sure. Pivoting now to this 21-point peace plan out of Gaza. Bibi Netanyahu and President Trump meeting for the first time since the president said last week that he would never allow Israel to annex the West Bank. Never. No, it won't happen. Your thoughts?
Well, this peace plan is actually about Gaza. So we could leave the West Bank alone for now. That'll be another issue to tackle at another time. But Gaza is where the war is. And I think that Bibi Netanyahu and the Israeli government would agree to a Palestinian nation. But no one asks what that would look like. Everybody focuses on, oh, there can't be another Palestinian nation, or there can be. No one goes into the details. And the details are very simple. Will there be responsible governance? Will they be able to educate the population not to hate and de-radicalize? Will there be security guarantees for Israel? If you achieve those things, Israel's into negotiations with the Palestinians over the last 40 years, 6 times, to have a Palestinian nation. So in concept, it can be done, but it has to be done in a way that ensures the welfare and security of everyone.
And perhaps the most important element would be that Hamas would have no seat at the table at all.
That's huge, right? And this is why we hope they accept it. So this is a little better for them than defeat. They have no seat at the table, as you said, but they have to disarm. And that's going to be very challenging. But that said, it's very promising because it addresses everything. Trump's goals are security of Israel, the welfare of the Palestinian people, and the disarmament of Hamas. And if you have that, you will have peace. And I think now it's most likely to happen. So I think the president is redrawing the map of the Middle East, creating peace in one of the most difficult areas of the world. This has been an area of fighting and conflict since time immemorial. So the fact that the president has taken this on and looks to be creating a plan that's going to benefit everybody is remarkable. And I think you should get enormous credit for pulling this off.
The Abraham Accords, it was brokered by Trump administration term one, created this warm peace among Arab nations and Israel. It avoided all talks of any sort of Palestinian state. The 21-point peace plan offers this pathway to the Palestinian state. But as you mentioned, it has to have this, multinational stabilizing force kicking Hamas out entirely. These are two different, agreements, this peace deal, and, not entirely different from the peace accords, but the peace accords never really got the press they deserved. They were significant, but this is strategically different.
It is, but it's actually the next step forward. Because now what you're looking at in Gaza, you're having Arab and Palestinian technocrats running it, which is what you want it to be. This is where the Palestinians live. They have to be able to do it, running it day to day. You have oversight by an international committee of Arab nations, partnering with European allies and the United States. This is going to be overseen by the United States. And Hamas, going back to the point about disarmament, has to disarm. Because nobody's going to put any money into reconstruction if Hamas is not disarmed. So, as I said earlier, that's the biggest challenge. I think it can be done. And there's always challenges when you embark on something huge and extraordinary like this is going to be, but they're manageable. And again, I think we're on the verge of something historic and something wonderful.
Very important meeting today. We'll be watching very closely. Bibi Netanyahu expected to get to the White House right about 11 o'clock. We have our team on the ground covering it very quickly. I have 30 seconds left. Before I let you go, I can't let you go without talking about Russia, Ukraine here. Overnight, 595 exploding drones, 48 missiles fired at Ukraine. There was talk over the weekend that President Trump is considering Ukraine's request for long-range Tomahawk missiles. What does that do to escalate things and, frankly, involve the U.S.?
Well, it escalates the journey to peace. The only way you're going to have peace in that part of the world is to have leverage over Putin and to show him that he cannot win. Power is the only thing that matters to Putin. It's very clear. Trump rolled out the red carpet. It was a great effort, but he will respond to power. I think President Trump understands that, and he's employing it very effectively. So I'm very hopeful with what could be an outcome between Russia and Ukraine because of that.
Foreign security expert Harley Lippman, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your perspective, as always.
Thank you very much.
Big moves in New York's